All right. And we're back, everybody. So this is the later version of the video, the sixth period version. No warm-up today. We're just going to jump right into going over the homework. So you're kind of at the mercy of everybody here in sixth period. Whatever they ask, that's what we're getting here. I did not do the we present yet, so hold on just 1 second. Everybody at home, just relax. You can skip forward because this is a recording now. Okay, we're at 3533. Okay. So here's what I would like to do. I would like to go over one of the questions from the top portion, from the 10 to 15, and then well, at least one. And then we're definitely going to go over the word problem. Yep. Number 14. Now, I'm glad we're going over one from 13, 14, or 15. And here's why. Can I multiply just one of the equations? No. And how do I know that? Well, can I make 2 look like 3? No. Can I make 5 look like 11? No. So that tells me that I have to multiply both of the equations to get this to cancel out correctly. All right. So you asked, do you want to get the x's to line up or the y's to line up? What would you like to do? The y's? Okay. So here's how I would do that then. I'm going to multiply the top equation by 11 and the bottom equation by 5. Right? Because that's our LCM. Out of 11 and 5, it's 55. So here, this top equation becomes negative 22x minus 55y is equal to 99. Numbers got big quick, didn't they? That's okay. That can happen because guess what? They'll get small quick too. 15x, distributing here, 55y, 20. All right, and now we add these two equations together. We add down, we get negative 7x. The y's cancel, and then we get 119. Divide by negative 7, and I hope that comes out nicely. 119 divided by negative 7. I think it's 17, but I'm just going to divide it by negative 7. Whoa. 119 divided by negative 7. Yeah, negative 17. It was right. So x is equal to negative 17. And then we plug it back in. Doesn't matter where it goes. Let's go into the top. Looks easier. Negative 2 times negative 17 minus 5y is equal to 9. So this is 34 minus 5y is equal to 9. I subtract the 34. And I get negative 5y is equal to negative 25. Divide by negative 5, y is 5. So is the correct answer on the key 5 comma negative 17? Oh, sorry, flip it. Negative 17 comma 5? Yeah. Negative 17 comma 5. There's my answer. Are there any other ones from the top portion that we'd like to go through? I wanted to do at least one. Addie?
15?
Okay, let's do 15. Does anybody still need to work for 14 before I clear it? Okay. So let's go through 15. Now, Addie, do you want to get the x's or the y's together?
Y's.
The y's. Okay. What do you multiply the top equation by?
13.
Good. And then the bottom?
Negative.
Good. And I'm glad you said the negative as well. What keyed us in on knowing that we had to multiply by a negative?
Because the top one's positive.
And the bottom one's positive, right? They're both positive. And the top one was already positive, so now I have to make the bottom one negative. All right. Now let's multiply in. Okay, so 13 times 9 is 117. So this is 117x plus 26y is equal to, big number, 39 times 13, which is 507. Negative 12x minus 26y, positive 18. And now we add down. So this becomes 117 minus 12 is 105. I know that. 105x. The bottom becomes 525. 507 plus 18 is 525. And now let's, hopefully 525 divides by 105 evenly. And look at this. It does. We divide by 105, and we get x is 5. And we plug that back in. Let's go back into the top. 9 times 5 plus 2y is 39. We have a 45 here. 9 times 5 is 45. We subtract the 45. We get negative 6. We divide by 2. We get negative 3, comma, 5. Check the key. I just did that really quick. Is that right? Negative 3, comma 5. Yeah. Oh, I did it the same thing. I'm sorry. Look, I got messy. That looked like an X to me. Be careful. 5, comma. Oops. I already got a parenthesis there. 5, comma, negative 3, not negative 3, comma 5. That was a Y value, not an X value. Lady.
Does it matter, so when you make your nail equations, does it matter if you go into the order equations or one?
Nope, doesn't matter at all. Just understand that these are scaled up equations, so the numbers are just going to get even bigger, but that's okay. They'll still reduce to the same number. All right, let's take a look at 18. Now, I said again that number 18 was very similar to the donut problem that we had yesterday. I'm going to get rid of this so I can write over here. Okay, there we go. A little photoshopping there. All right, we got a music website charging for individual songs and for total albums, right? We got 2 people. Person A charges, well, we have 6 individuals and 2 albums for a total of $25.92. Person B has only 4 individuals but 3 albums for a total of $33.93. Those of you who just left it blank, I would caution you against just seeing a word problem and leaving it blank, because I got to tell you what, if you were to try to make the equation, I bet you could have come up with it. Okay? Now, we now solve here. In my opinion, the best route to take would be to get the y's to line up correctly. This is a 3, and this I'll multiply by negative 2. Let's distribute it into 3. This gets us an 18x, a 6y, and then 2592 times 3, 7776. Now down here, negative 8x minus 6y, and we've got 3393 times negative 2, which ends up being a negative, I forgot the decimal point, so that's negative 67.86. Negative 67.86. All right, and now we add. Excuse me. Now we add. Add down, we get 18 and negative 8 make 10. The 6y's cancel. And then this gets me, okay, we've got 77, 76 minus, and I know I'm saying minus, but plus a negative is minus. Minus 6786. Which gets us 9.9. Now, I divide by 10, which is essentially just moving the decimal point, 0.99. Which tells me that it's 99 cents per X value, per song. Let's solve for the Y value. Let's go back into A. 6 times 0.99 plus 2Y is 25.92. Okay, so 6 times 99 cents. 594, yeah. 594 plus 2y is 25.92. We subtract over the 594. 2y is equal to, and I believe that's 19.98, I think. 25.92 92 minus 594. Is that right? 1998. Yep. $19.98. We divide by 2, which gets us our final answer of y being $9.99. 9.99. Is it okay to have decimals here? I said yesterday, don't be afraid of big numbers, but be afraid of decimals. Is it okay to get decimals in word problems? Yes, it's totally fine. Totally fine. Because it's got context to it. Like we can say, as my answer, 99 cents per song, and then $9.99 per album, which makes sense. It's about right. Okay, questions? Anything else in the homework? Went through about half of it, which is good. Okay, let me come around with a review sheet. Now, this is normally something that I would give out and have you do for homework, but we don't have the luxury of having an extra day. You can't push back exams. It doesn't work like that. So what we're going to do here is just go through this together in class. And for those of you listening online, this is the document that is linked above the video link. Now, let me ask you what you think. How many questions do you think are going to be on the real quiz?
8.
How many questions are on this review sheet?
8.
2. Okay, so this is, I mean, let that be assigned to you. Again, you know me in review sheets. If it's on the review sheet, is it on the quiz? Yeah. So I really think you should really pay attention as we go through this to because if you don't know how to do this, Talia, turn around. If you don't know how to do this, then you're going to be lost in the quiz. All right, let's get to it. First one here. Tell whether the ordered pair is a solution. Tell whether the ordered pair is a solution. It says do not solve. What does that mean when I say do not solve? That means
Do not solve.
don't do substitution or elimination. Okay? I don't want you doing substitution or elimination. I want you basically checking that answer. I say somehow we got negative 2 comma 5. I want to see if negative 2 comma 5 is the solution. So what do? Addie?
You would plug the x and y values of the coordinate into the equation.
Good. So let's start that with equation 1. Because essentially this is a yes or no question. Is it or is it not a solution? Now, if you just give me yes on the answer blank with no work provided, if this is 6 points, I take off all 6 points. This is 5 points, I take off all 5 points. Okay? If you do not show the work, I do not give you the credit. All right, first equation here. We have 2 times negative 2 plus 5 is equal to 1. All I did was plug the x in for the x and the y in for the y, and we see what we get. Negative 4 plus 5. Does that check out? Yeah. Okay. It's a solution for the first equation. Let's check and see if it's a solution for the second equation. Okay, we'd say 3 times now the x value is negative 2, minus 3 times the y value is 5. Let's see if that checks out to be negative 21. Well, this is negative 6 minus 15. Isn't that negative 21? I need to see that work. If I don't see that work, I will not give you credit. Okay? Even if you guess at the right answer. Even if it is a yes and you just say yes on the answer blank, I will give you 0 points for that guessed correct answer. You need to show the providing work. That's why I put this on there. We'll say that exact same thing on the quiz tomorrow. So we say yes, it is a solution. Now remember, if it was a no, just one of those needed to be off. Right? It's not like, so if you have one like if you have one check mark and an X, like you got 1 equals 1 and then you got like 15 equals negative 21, that would be a no. Okay? It has to meet both of the equations to be able to say it's a solution. All right, let's take a look at number 2. And again, we are all doing this with me right now, right? Let's take a look at number 2. Solve the system by graphing. Now, will you be able to use Desmos on tomorrow's quiz? No. So on tomorrow's quiz, you have 3 methods: graphing, substitution, and elimination. Let's take a look at how we graph. Now, I was nice to you. Why do I say I was nice to you? Josiah? It's set up for us, basically, right? In slope-intercept form, is that what you were going to say? It's slope-intercept form. So I'm going to color code this, graph it along with me. Now, for my blue line, I have the slope. Well, what is the slope for my blue line? 2. What's my y-intercept? -6. So we go down to -6 and make our dot. And then we have our slope is 2. Remember, the slope is 2 over 1, right? Rise 2, run 1. Up 2, right 1. Up 2, right 1. Up 2, right 1. And now I'm going to make a lot of dots because I don't know where the other line is going to end up. So I'm just going to be careful. Whoa, kind of made my line a little zigzaggy there. I'm going to be careful and make my line go all the way through the graph. All right, I'm going to color code my red line now. What's the slope of my red line? 1. And what's the y-intercept? -4. Okay, we go down to -4, and then we have a slope of 1. Remember, that is up, right, because it's a positive sloping line. Up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. And look at that, I found where they intersect. You know, I could keep going making some points, but I don't need to. I have found the location of their intersection point. That location is 2, -2. Shut that door. So my solution is 2, -2. That's what goes on the answer blank. Questions about that? Okay, let's keep it going. Obviously, if I'm going to make you do substitution, I will make you do graphing and elimination. Oh, sorry. If I make you do graphing, I make you do substitution and elimination. Now, I'm gonna be nice to you guys on the quiz. If I tell you to do substitution, it's not like I'm going to give you one that's going to be really difficult for substitution. If I tell you to do elimination, I'm not going to give you one that's going to be really difficult for elimination. I'm going to give you ones that lend themselves to those particular methods. Like, for example, for this one, I wouldn't give you like this example and say do elimination. No, because it's already set up for substitution. That's stupid. Why would you do elimination if it's already set up for substitution? Like this one, I would not say for number 4, use substitution, because that's stupid. It's set up for elimination. Okay? All right. Let's take a look here. 3x plus 2y is equal to -6, and y is equal to x minus 3. Now, why do I say that this is set up for substitution? What about it is telling me that this is set up for substitution? Lady? Very good. It's got a y equals, right? One of the equations is already solved for. I remember I said, like, that step 1 is done for us in substitution when we have something like this. So now, I go in for y with x minus 3. I go to the top equation. I remove y. In its place goes x minus 3. So I take my top equation, 3x plus 2 times x minus 3 in parentheses equals -6. That's substitution. From here, you're just going to solve the equation. Distribute the 2. So 3x plus 2x minus 6. I combine like terms to get a 5x. Now be careful here. I had a lot of people like freak out at this point because they're like, oh no, what's going to happen? No, you're going to get. Guys, what is negative 6 plus 6? 0. 0 is the number 2. It's okay. Divide by 5. X is 0. Okay, let's plug it back in to find the y value. Let's go into our bottom. Looks like it's the easiest one. Y equals 0 minus 3. Oh, negative 3. 0, comma, negative 3. Now, if you wanted to, I told you had to do substitution. If you wanted to, could you do elimination to check it? Sure. I mean, that would be kind of hard to do, but you could. Number 4. Anybody questions on number 3? Okay, number 4. Solve using elimination. Why do I say that this is, I don't want to say it's set up for elimination, but it's going to be easy to do elimination. Why? Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Lady? Yeah, I've got everything lined up, right? X's are together and Y's are together. Now, what am I going to multiply? And in which equation am I going to multiply to it?
Negative 3 in the bottom equation.
And I'm really happy we said negative 3 in the bottom. I'm going to choose a 3 in the bottom to make our x's line up. But they're both negative already. And if they're both negative already, I need to change that sign. Okay? Top equation is going to remain exactly the same. Negative 3x minus 4y equals 3. The bottom equation is what's going to change. Negative 3 times negative x is a positive 3x. I don't know why I would write a plus. Positive 3x. Negative 3 times 5y is a negative 15y. Negative 3 times 20 is a negative 60. Excuse me. Add down. Negative 4 and negative 15 make negative 19. 3 and negative 60 make negative 57. And then when I divide by negative 19 over to the other side, y is 3. And now let's go back into my top equation. I don't know. Let's go back into the original top. It was negative 3x minus 4y equals 3. So now it's negative 3x minus 4 times 3 is 3. Okay, negative 3x minus 12, because 4 times 3 is 12. We add the 12 to get 15. Excuse me, getting ahead of myself. And then we divide by negative 3. Ooh, I don't want to box that. That's not my answer. The coordinate is my answer. So my solution is negative 5, 3. So that's elimination. That's elimination. That is showing you the 3 types of solving. Graphing, substitution, and elimination. Okay? You will have to do one of each type of those on your quiz tomorrow. Now, the next 3 problems. Everybody flip it over onto the back whenever you're ready. You can choose whatever you want to do. Now, I would strongly advise against graphing. Okay, I'm not even going to give you graphs. I'm really just telling you to choose either substitution or elimination. You can ignore. Is that still those directions? Yeah, you can ignore the other directions there. Okay. Now, number 5. We got x minus y is equal to 10. Negative 7x minus 2y is equal to negative 16. Now, let me ask you, what should I choose? Substitution or elimination? Why?
Because
You're right.
everything's lined up.
Everything's lined up. Yeah. Everything is lined up. X is Y is constant. Could I still do this by substitution if I wanted to? Yeah. And I actually see, like, look at the top equation. Can't I just add Y over to the other side and get X alone? So it still would work by substitution. But in my mind, I think it's easier by elimination. So let's do elimination. Now, what am I going to multiply by? And in what equation am I going to multiply it?
Divide the top by -7.
Positive 7. The bottom is already negative. So I'm going to multiply the top equation by 7. Let's do that. 7x minus 7y is 70. Bottom equation stays the same. The x's cancel. The y's turn into -9. Why? The 70 minus 16. Okay, 70 minus 16, that gets us a 54. 70 plus a -16, obviously. We divide by -9. So y is -6. Now, let's go back in and see what our x value would be. Let's plug it in back up here. X minus a -6 would be 10. Just going back into my original top. So that's like an x plus 6, right? Subtract the 6. So x is 4. 4 comma -6. Okay, what questions do we have on that one? Could we have done substitution? Of course. But again, it wouldn't have lent itself to it. It's better to do elimination in this case. All right, let's take a look at number 6 then, if there's no questions. Number 6. What am I going to do here? Substitution or elimination? Lainey? Yeah, I would do elimination as well. Now, do I have to multiply one or both of my equations? Both. Yeah. I've got to multiply both. So I guess I can choose whether to line up the x's or whether to line up the y's. So what do you want to do? Somebody tell me. Levi? X's? What am I going to multiply by then?
The top one by 3 and the bottom one by 2.
Okay, I like what you're saying there. Top one by 3, the bottom one by 2. However, do you see how they're both positive already?
Oh, so would you be able to choose?
Yeah, you can pick. You just got to make one of them negative.
Oh, -2.
-2. Okay, so let's multiply the bottom by -2 instead of +2. Again, if they're both positive, you need to multiply one of them by a negative to get them to be opposite signs. All right, so now on the top, that's going to become a 6x minus 12y is equal to 6. A -6x, a positive 6y, and a -18. And now we can add down. The x's cancel. The y's turn into -12 plus 6 is a -6. And 6 minus 18 is -12. 6 plus a -18 is -12. Divide by -6. So y is +2. And now let's go back into the top. That was 2x minus 4 times 2 was 2. So 2x minus 8. Add the 8. Divide by 2. X is 5. So you gotta start thinking, not only how to do the problems, but what is the best route to take? Substitution, elimination, whatever I need to do. Now I have to change mine a little bit. Don't yours say 3x plus 5 on the top? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now, what am I going to choose? Jack? Substitution. Could I do elimination? Sure. But what would I have to do with the top equation? Got to rearrange it, right? I got to get the 3x over to the left side, which isn't so bad. I just subtract the 3x over the left side, and now it's kind of set up, and you just got to figure it out from there. But guys, why work smarter, not harder here? Man, I'll just put that right into there. I mean, this is set up for substitution. Negative 2x plus 3x plus 5 equals negative 8. Negative 2 and 3 make 1. So x plus 5 is equal to negative 8. Subtract the 5. X is equal to negative 13. Plug it back in. 3 times negative 13 plus 5. Oh, that's negative 39 plus 5. So negative 34. So negative 13 comma negative 34. Again, don't be afraid of big numbers. Be afraid of decimals. Don't be afraid of big numbers. Okay, one more problem to do. Very, very, very similar to the donut problem and the song and album problem from last night's homework. Okay, we've got two treats. I don't know what to call them. 2 candies. Skittles and Kit Kats. All right. Brian buys 3 bags of Skittles and 2 Kit Kats for $5.50. All right. Okay, so that's an easy equation to put together. 3x plus 2y is $5.50. Sherry buys 4 bags of Skittles, but only 1 Kit Kat for $5.25. 4x plus 1y, or just y, is $5.25. What am I going to do? Substitution or elimination? Patty? Elimination. What do you want to get rid of here? What do you want to do?
I did the bottom equation by negative 2.
That's exactly what I would do as well. I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by negative 2. Because that means the top is going to remain the same, which is 3x plus 2y is equal to 550. The bottom is what's going to change. Negative 8x minus 2y, negative 1050. And when I add these two equations together, okay, that's going to give me a negative 5x. And then look over on the right side. 550 plus a negative 1050 is negative 5. 50s go away. 5 plus negative 10 is negative 5. We divide by negative 5. Oh, not negative 1. You can't have negative 1 bags of Skittles or negative 1 price or whatever. X is positive 1. What does that mean? How much were Skittles? $1. Let's go back into my original bottom. 4x plus y was 525. Okay, so 4 times 1 plus y is 525. So we're saying that Sherry spent $4 on Skittles alone. So subtract that $4 away from her total, y is equal to 125. And I get one Kit Kat was $1.25. Okay, so we say Skittles for $1, Kit Kat for $1.25. That's my answer. Again, don't give me an XY pair. We created that system to solve the problem. What was the question? What's the price? So my response back should be a price. Okay? Let me remind you, ornaments can be turned in at any time. If you've turned them in, I put on your bonus points. If you've turned something in and I did not put them on, just let me know. But I kind of updated grades earlier today. All right. It's really kind of the last teaching lesson of the semester there. Everything else is just review. And today was kind of review anyway.
No, it's worse. She's not even a good dollar. No, she's.
I know what happened. Okay, so.
Did you say anything bad? Say anything bad?
I know what happened there. I think that